All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. I did not think that I knew this was happening today, but I didn't think it was going to be streamed. I was shocked that this was actually live. So we're going to start from the beginning and then we'll catch up. I was not expecting that this would be streamed. Oh, okay. So Rachel on Discord said that they just took a recess, so we'll be able to catch up. So we're gonna watch everything over. This kid appeared in court, the school shooter. It's really early. I know some people are probably still sleeping. Let me know if you guys got notifications as well, and we're gonna get this started. Just start playing this in the meantime. Let everybody join up. Oh, sorry, gotta fix my sound. Had it coming out of the speakers. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I had to jump on this. I was not expecting to have to come out right now this early. Notification. Yeah, we did get a notification. Perfect. All right, cool. So we're gonna move a little bit forward to try to catch up. For a while, it's just people talking in the courtroom.
Was the A part of it? Okay, they're going to need to get a little close.
Alrighty. I'm gonna work on sending an email blast too. I think people are like gonna miss this, especially the West Coast. They're gonna have to come back later, I guess, and catch it.
Do it one more time.
Defense mic, how's it hearing? Yes, no? Can you hear us okay? More?
Okay, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, defense mic is that right? That's right.
We'll give it some time for people to join too. Forward a little bit.
We're good.
You're up. Okay, Anna's the West Coast. I wonder if this is like family, maybe victims and stuff. I'm not sure. They're all here in the front row, or close to the front row. Morning. If you guys could help me out with the like button too, get in the algorithm because it's early. It's really early. Well, not early for me, but you know, people Central Time or West Coast maybe. I'm usually up pretty early, but more people walk into the courtroom. We're gonna catch it up. Oh, look at that. I wonder if this must be somebody. I wonder if it's somebody's family that passed away. Just holding on to like a Mickey. Oh, yo, EA, yo, what would I do without you guys? Oh my God. So Ali's sentencing is today? Ali's sentencing? All right, we got to find out what time. The TikToker. Thank you so much. I forgot about that. Because he got pushed back, I think, right? That should be really interesting too. All right, we're gonna have to look into that to find out what time that's happening. We got to see that one through as well. That was a crazy story, man. All right. Email blast. They move fast on this kid. You already has a hearing. It's live. I thought I read somewhere they were going to appear via Zoom, but I guess not. It's not. He's in person with the same hairstyle that he had in the mugshot. All right, I just sending the email blast. See, some other people will see this. The that's what the Crumleys all over again. Oh, does it Mason's parents? Is that Mason's parents? All right, I guess move forward a little bit. Catch us up to the live.
I can get you all attention. There are no hacks. They can hack software, and if you have your cell phone on, if you can vibrate or silent, please don't make a phone call here. If you need to do so, please go to our side and make a phone call and all that. So, anything, y'all have any questions?
Yeah, Dad's arrested too. Want to make sure we don't miss anything. I'm skipping through it. There's a judge.
And good morning, everyone. My name is Curry Mingeldorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. We're here for a limited purpose this morning. I do want to note for everyone's benefit that there is, as everyone certainly is aware, considerable interest in what has occurred in our community in the last several days. For that reason, the court has seen fit under Rule 22 of the Uniform Superior Court rules to allow media outlets to record some of these proceedings. However, under those rules, the court has set in place certain limitations, and I just want everyone to know that the media has been informed of that, and I'm confident that they will comply with that. But otherwise, there is to be no filming or recording by any members of the public or any other individual other than those authorized specifically by the court in its signed ruling. Are we ready, counsel, to begin and bring the defendant in?
State's ready, Your Honor.
All right, so here's the shooter.
All right.
I'm working on making a nicer thumbnail. I just rushed and put something together because it's completely unexpected for me anyway.
All right, good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Colt Gray? Yes, sir. My name's Curry Mingeldorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. Mr. Gray, I do need to inquire as to whether you're able to read and write the English language.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Just talking.
I also want to inform you, I want to ask you, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in these proceedings?
Yes, sir.
And you are, in fact, represented today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Zane Harmon, you're here on behalf of this defendant, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you understand that you have the right to be continuously represented throughout this proceeding, and if you cannot afford to hire counsel, then this court is obligated under the Constitution to provide counsel for you without cost to you. All right. I am going to inform you of a few other matters, and I'm not going to ask you anything, just inform you. So one is, I want to make sure that you are aware that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. And it's important to understand that because anything you might say could be used against you at further proceedings associated with your case. I want to inform you of the charges that you currently face. In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder, as outlined in the state warrants that have been issued against you. I want to make you aware that the maximum penalty for felony murder So for each count, the maximum penalty is that you could be punishable by death, by imprisonment for life, without parole, or by imprisonment for life, with the possibility of parole. If you have any questions about these charges, then I would urge you to discuss those with your attorney. I would invite you, Mr. Harmon, to inform the court as to whether there's a request for bond at this time.
At this time, Your Honor, there is not a request for bond. We will file the appropriate motions if that becomes necessary.
All right. An indictment by the grand jury for most felony offenses or accusations, well, you have the right to receive an indictment for these offenses. And I assume Mr. Brad Smith is here on behalf of the DA's office, or he is our district attorney, and he's accompanied by Ms. Patricia Brooks, who is his chief assistant. A preliminary hearing, you'll have the right also to a preliminary hearing, unless you make a bond, which of course at this point there's no bond being requested, or unless you waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or a jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. As you sit here in this courtroom today, under the law, you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point in any proceeding will not be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. Counsel, let me just inquire as to whether there are any other items that the court should address before we conclude this preliminary hearing.
No, Your Honor.
Well, I do have one piece of information to convey to the court. There was a development yesterday afternoon that makes it necessary for our office to have alternate counsel appointed, and arrangements have already been made in that regard. I've already explained that to Mr. Gray, and alternate counsel will be appointed by the end of the day today.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Donna C. Graves.
Counsel?
All right, then with that, this hearing is concluded, and you may escort this defendant out.
So somebody said they took a, well, they might be done actually. Said they walked him out. Oh, let me see him walk out again. Oh, that's him right there. Yeah. Chained up. Long hair don't care. To me,
All right, with that, I understand that we have
wait.
another first appearance hearing, and I think that we're going to have a little bit of a recess before we.
so they're taking a recess. Now, the other first appearance, I'm wondering if that's the father. I wonder if that's the father. It's just a preliminary hearing, but I wonder if that's the father because, hold on, I got to reply back. Julie Grant from Court TV. Oh, check it out. The father's next. Father's next. So Julie Grant from Court TV, she posted that Georgia shooting suspect brought to court for the first time. His dad is up next. And so I was like, dad next, as in he will have a hearing right after. And she said, yes. Boom. All right. So the dad's coming in too. All right. So we'll wait on that. They're taking a little break. I mean, I guess they're not going to say much, but I wonder if they'll give him a bond or are they going to talk about bonds or what?
Conduct that unless everyone's ready to proceed with that. I think that I told the media outlet that I would recess briefly to allow them to kind of reconfigure what they're doing, and so we'll be in recess for a short time until I'm informed that everyone's ready. All right, thank you.
Father also in court. Okay, so now let me just fast forward to.
Yes.
We're caught up now. This was unexpected as far as the live stream. I'm surprised they live streamed it. This would definitely be an interesting trial to follow. This might be one of the victims' family right here. I wonder if that's Mason's family. I don't know. They're taking a mini break. Let's see. Okay, so now we're caught up. So now we're going to wait for the father to come. I'll put a little thing on the screen. We can talk about some other stuff related to this while we wait. We'll just say mini break, father on next. For the people that are joining and stuff. Okay. Let me type it out too. And they're saying that the TikTok killer is sentencing today. We're going to come back later. I hope they're live streaming it. Let's see, mini break. I don't know. That's the guy that was jealous and was cheating at the same time, but was jealous and killed his wife. Killed his wife and the wife's friend. I don't know if the wife was sleeping with the friend or not. They were separated, but he walked into the apartment because he was like spying on her. He installed Discord on his daughter's like tablet and put it in like his wife's or ex or separated wife, put it in the apartment. And so he on Discord, he's listening to, he called the tablet from another device and he's just listening and he hears the woman talking with another guy. And so he busts in there with a gun. And I believe he killed the guy first because he wanted her to see, before killing her, he wanted her to see him die, the guy that she was with. So kills the guy first. And then I forgot what other details about it. But yeah, it was a really messed up, crazy, psycho story. Oh, maybe they're back now. And he was like a TikToker, and he had all these Tony Montana, Scarface impressions. Great. So we'll check that out later, I guess, if they live stream it. Now, they did post the father's mugshot. I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday. I had gotten off already, but it was all over Twitter. Let me just share it in case you haven't seen it. Oh, there's just a couple of things. Oh, there's some really interesting things. It's already time. I'll show it after.
We could bring the defendant, Mr.
Colin.
Colt Gray, back out for a moment, please.
Oh, Colt Gray's coming back.
One thing on the record.
Okay. Colt Gray.
All right, Mr. Gray, we visited a moment ago. I just need to correct a couple of things on the record. I correctly told you the maximum penalty for the crimes for which you are charged. That's correct, except for the fact that you are under 18 years old. So I wanted to inform you and make it clear to you that the penalty for the crimes for which you are charged does not include death. It includes life without the possibility of parole or life with the possibility of parole. I also wanted to inform you that the court has set December 4th at 8:30 a.m. For your preliminary hearing.
Okay.
And that is, of course, subject to change as you secure new counsel later today and so forth. Is there anything else that needs to be addressed that anyone can think of?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
All right. So with that, you may escort Mr. Colt Gray back out.
Okay, so December 4th is prelim hearing. We got to wait a while for that. A couple months.
All right, I'm going to step out for a few minutes to allow our media to reset, and then we'll come back in for Mr. Colin Gray's preliminary hearing.
That's next. All right. So there's a couple of interesting things. Let me just show you this while we have a little bit of time. I didn't get to send myself too much stuff because I was really tired last night, but normally throughout the day I'll send myself stuff and watch what people are sending me. This one was kind of interesting. This person posted on Twitter, said that one of my coworkers has a child that went to middle school with Colt. They put Gary, but I guess they meant Gray. And apparently this kid has been kicked out of 3 schools for making threats. Here's a photo out of his child's yearbook. Where's he at? There he is. So this person's claiming their kid went to the school with this kid and has been kicked out of multiple schools for making threats. And if that's true, how did the FBI not pick up on that when they investigated this kid? Right? And why are these people allowed back into school? Like I said last night, I feel like once somebody starts making school threats like that, they should be banned. They should be banned and homeschool or some type of online program. You're not allowed back into the school, and then get them the help that they need if they can, if possible. And look into the parents, like make sure the home life, what's going on in the home life, you know, what's going on with those parents there. But I really feel that there should be a permanent ban, and they need to have some type of system, some type of flag system with these kids' names that are doing this. And parents need to talk with their kids how serious the shit is about making these kind of threats. And we talked about that, like, I think literally the day after, there was a threat from some kid that said they were going to finish a job with this school, with the shooter. They'll come, and they got arrested. And then last night, another kid, they think this is a joke. That's why I think you got to start locking some of these kids up. Put them in juvie, block them up, put them on the list. This was posted by HCSO, which is, I believe, Florida. HCSO Sheriff. I think this is a Florida account. Let's see. Yeah, Tampa, Florida. So check this out. This is happening. I guess when these situations happen, these school shootings, these other kids get emboldened, you know, and they start doing it to you. I don't know if it's an attention thing. Avery Rhodes, 15, a Bloomingdale High School student, was arrested for threatening to shoot up the school on social media. This behavior is not a joke. Threatening the safety of our schools, whether online or in person, will not be tolerated. Sheriff Chad Chronister, which I've heard of this guy he's been around for a long time. We will pursue anyone who makes these threats to the full extent of the law. The safety of our students and teachers is non-negotiable. Yeah. Damn, they put our picture up and everything. And some people were saying in the comments, well, some people are happy. Some people were saying they shouldn't have put a picture up. Somebody said SSRIs, which is like, is that antidepressants, I think? SSRI, I think it is. SSRIs. You know, the SSRI side effects, re-up and takers, nausea, vomiting, sleep problems, headaches, sexual dysfunction, weight changes, dry mouth, agitation, blurred vision, sweating. I don't know. But, I mean, most people are just happy they're taking action. We're not going to play with this anymore. At least what they can do at the state level, lower levels. I mean, FBI should be tasked. I mean, I guess they already are, maybe, but they should be tasked. They should make a team of people or whatever that specifically looks into this. You know, I don't know what's up with this chick, but now all her friends are going to see this. Somebody was saying it's not right. It's going to be shown for the rest of her life. I don't know. Part of me says good because we need to know about people like this. But then I don't know. Is she going to get older and mature and then maybe change? You know, maybe she'll be different when she's older. You know, maybe her brain will mature and stuff. I don't know. FBI, leap into action before you lose your job, or tell the law-abiding citizens that legally own guns that you should not have them, but criminals go about your way. The FBI has no problem with you. I don't know. And listen, this kid in court today too, Gray, Colt Gray, I think he likes this. He was sitting there in court. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. I think he's getting the most attention he's ever gotten in his life. Maybe now he feels like he's somebody, or he's being heard, or whatever. I wonder what he thinks about his dad being locked up. I know, right? A lot of warm heart. I don't know. When I was a kid, I never thought about doing something like that, like threatening to shoot. It just never occurred to me. Even the trolls that I grew up with, like in school, I don't know, when we were growing up, we just never thought, you know what, I'm going to joke about shooting up a place. Or even in anger, thought about, you know what, I'm going to make this joke. I'm not sure why it's in these kids' head to do that. Maybe these are just serial killers. This is the new age of serial killers. Kids wanting to shoot up the school. That's how they're doing it now. Maybe it's harder to get away with crime, so you got to do it all at once. Well, let me check the aunt's Facebook page too, because I wonder if she's made any other posts. I know she's kind of hidden her page now. She was very vocal and outspoken. Let me see. Where's that page? Maybe she realized right now is not the time. She will have her time. She'll probably testify on behalf of this kid, the shooter. She probably will testify on his behalf and tell the story. If this trial is streamed, we're definitely going to cover it. I appreciate you, Lee, answering. Mm-hmm. They're talking about see, this lady came into my Facebook live chat that had like 50 people. And she was worried about me or whatever, or just my comments, I guess. But like I said that night, when you're the family of a school shooter and you're saying the things that you're saying, people are going to talk about it. Colin posted this on Twitter. That shit has 7.7 million views. Or impressions, I should say, maybe. And it's this whole thing about her post. They're charging my 14-year-old nephew as an adult for murder. Y'all ready to see the Paul Hummus blood in full throttle? Nah, I wouldn't be either. I don't know. What does that mean, you know? And here's just basically saying she's going to stand by her nephew. No word from dad. No word from mom. Let's see what else I sent myself. Oh, okay. A lot of people are curious about the mother of Colt Gray, which we've covered quite a bit already. Her name is Marcy Gray. Appears as though she's divorced from Colt's father, Colin Gray, who was just arrested for giving his son the AR-15. Oh, they're back. Okay. I think we're back from the break now.
Let's go ahead and bring in the defendant, Mr. Colin Gray, please.
There he is. Wow.
Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Colin Gray? Am I pronouncing your first name correctly? Mr. Gray, my name is Curry Mingledorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceeding. This is your first appearance hearing. And at this hearing, I'm first going to ask you just a few questions, and then I'm going to advise you of your rights and also let you know about a preliminary hearing that's been scheduled for you. Why don't you just state your name, please? All right, pull the microphone down, please. There you go. All right, and how old are you, Mr. Gray?
54.
Oh, God, was he going
And
to
are
cry?
you able to read and write and understand the English language without
Yes,
any
sir.
difficulty?
Yes, sir.
How far did you go in school?
11th grade GED.
Okay. And I note that you have counsel seated with you at the table. You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney at all times for this and all future proceedings in your case?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that, of course, if you cannot afford an attorney, that the public defender will be appointed to represent you upon your request?
Yes, sir.
All right. And counsel, would you identify yourself, please, for the record?
Donna Seagraves, we are going to have new counsel assigned to Mr. Gray later today.
All right. Thank you. All right. Okay. Sorry. Just need to make sure that the system is working. And all right. So the following aren't questions that I'm going to ask. I'm just informing you of some things. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you at further hearings or at a trial on the charges that you're facing. For this hearing, you're not going to be questioned about facts and circumstances surrounding your charges. You are currently charged with, and you'll be provided with copies of the warrants if you don't already have them. You're currently charged with 2 counts of felony murder in the second degree. You're charged with 4 counts of felony involuntary manslaughter. You're charged with 8 counts of felony cruelty to children in the second degree. Now, for these offenses, for the felony murder counts in the second degree, felony murder in the second degree, the maximum penalty for each count is up to 30 years imprisonment.
Oh, he's going for a long time.
Felony involuntary manslaughter, of course, again, there are 4 counts. The maximum penalty for each of those offenses is 10 years imprisonment. For the 8 felony cruelty to children counts, the maximum penalty under the law for each of those 8 counts is 10 years imprisonment, for a maximum total possible penalty for the charges that you currently are facing of 180 years imprisonment.
Whoa. Whoa.
If you have questions about these charges, which I assume that you will, the court urges you to discuss those with your attorney. Let me inquire as to whether there's a motion for bond if Mr. Gray is moving for bond at this time.
No, sir, not at this time. We will allow alternate counsel to make that decision.
All right, thank you.
We're getting
But
different
I
lawyers.
also need to inform you that you have the right to an indictment by a grand jury, and you also have the right to a preliminary hearing unless you make bond or waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. I want to make it clear to you, Mr. Gray, that you are presumed innocent.
He's
Refuse
rocking
to testify
back
at
and
any
forth,
point cannot be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. I mentioned the first appearance hearing a moment ago. That is being set for you for December 4th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Currently that's set to take place in the Magistrate Court of Barrow County. It could be subject to change, but I just want you to know that that is the date that we currently have. In fact, counsel, could you approach, please? I have this.
He is rocking back and forth.
I need to scratch this out.
Oh, he's definitely like thinking about his life. Probably like his life could be done. It's probably done. Holy crap!
Document that discusses bond and gives the date of the preliminary hearing. And I guess I could sign that, and he can just get a copy of it. And then the warrants are attached to that. So I would like for him to sign it. Turn it over, please.
Sign right there. Just you're getting a copy of this. He is giving you a copy.
Oh, like Alec Murdoch, yeah.
He'll give you a copy.
Is it Miss Lou? Can you send me an email for that school situation you were just telling about? itcanmail@gmail.com.
Do you want me to go ahead and give him his copy?
Yes, please.
That's moving fast. Damn, yo, he is like, holy crap. Yeah, he's woof. And no bond right now set. They're gonna let it. I guess if when they get another attorney, maybe they'll do bond. But he is rocking, shaking. You can hear him panting a little bit, breathing. Damn. Wow. You know the biblical verse we talked about yesterday
His
is
copies of the warrants.
Those are provided, and they say service copies on them, so I assume that they're for him.
it's reversed now. The sins of the son come to visit upon the father.
Sergeant Briscoe, do you concur with that? Is that what those copies are for? Those are for the detention center? So he's got his own copies, or he'll have them provided? All right, so the detention center wants to hold on to those.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
let me, and thank you, Ms. Seagraves. I want to certainly acknowledge the presence of our district attorney, Mr. Brad Smith. He's assisted by his chief assistant, Patricia Brooks. Is there anything else, counsel, that the court needs to address that I have neglected to address?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir, not at this time.
All right. I do want to thank those who are in the gallery who have an interest and who have appeared. I appreciate the decorum that has been maintained throughout this proceeding, or both of these proceedings today. And with that, this matter is adjourned.
The attorney who's going to represent you, I think his name is James Rogers. We're going to have the official later today, but he'll come and see you probably the first part of next week.
Oh, does he always talk like that, or is it just right now? Because damn, he's pretty much done. His life has been done. I mean, unless they find him not guilty, I wonder if they'll give him a chance to bond, like what they're going to set the amount to. But he's done. I think the mother should be in there too. Maybe she will. I don't know. Or maybe they'll use her as a key witness. The mother and the father were separated. I think so. I had read somewhere that, like, I thought Colt was living with his father. They had separated. I thought she kept the two youngest kids. I read that somewhere. Anybody want to confirm? And that Colt was with his dad or something. So, I don't know. Mother's in prison. I thought, I wasn't sure if she was locked up or not. She's locked up? Yeah, no, I don't think it's withdrawal either. I think he's like in shock, coming to the realization that his life is over. You know? And he had the warning signs. I bet there was probably a bunch of more warning signs in that household, but even when the FBI came and knocked on his door, he had a chance to kind of, like, I don't know, do something with the guns or try to get this kid some help or something. Lock the guns up. When you have a kid like that, I mean, I don't know, but maybe there's no way he didn't know, because the sister of the mother, the shooter's aunt, she was saying this kid's been begging for help forever. So I don't know how the father had no idea. And like I said last night, if anything, you know, I mean, I don't know what it's like having a kid like that or dealing like that, or even what it's like dealing with a teenager, but this is beyond just a teenager. But if anything, if you're not going to preserve the well-being of your child or the well-being of others, because you have guns in the house and this kid's has issues, he could go shooting, and there was already the FBI knocking on your door talking about this kid had threatened to shoot up schools. If not for any of that, in the very least, the most instinctive survival thing is to preserve your own life. Anybody will try to preserve their own life. How do you know this kid's not going to blast you while you're sleeping in the bed? How many stories have heard of that? Blast you while you're sleeping in the bed. And JLR had some video too. This kid, his father was teaching him. So he was a hunter, the father. The father was a hunter, and he would take his kid hunting. And, you know, there's a lot of people that do that with their kids, you know, and don't think or expect that they're going to turn around and shoot a school or shoot you or whatever. But in these specific situations, like Ethan Crumley and this kid saying he's hearing voices, he's drawing pictures of shooting up the school, that's when you're like, you should be like, I at least need to lock this shit up for now until I figure this out, and be the only one with the password, or, you know, I don't know if it's like a fingerprint or code, pin code, whatever. You know, it's just, I don't know. How do you guys feel? Like, do you guys feel they should be coming for the parents? Some people feel really uncomfortable with it or worried about it. I think these are very specific cases, but honestly, there's Ethan Crumley. Now there's Colt Gray, and then somebody messaged me last night. There was a case that I never even heard about this person that shot and killed like 7 people. And I think it was like a 4th of July situation. This person emailed me and told me about this person, Cremo. They have a court hearing coming up. I think it's in 2025 though. Robert Cremo, Highland Park accused shooter. They arrested his father. I don't know if the father got him the gun. Oh, no, there was something. It wasn't that he got him the gun. He helped him in some way, some ID thing or something. I don't know what it was, but so we might start seeing more of this where parents in specific situations. I mean, I don't know why after the FBI visited this guy, he decides, you know what, let me buy him a gun. Like they for Christmas. I can imagine what that must feel like too. You're the person that purchased the gun that your kid went and shot and killed 4 people. Life is done. And this kid in court, I just want to play the part where he was responding to the judge. To me, he seems, I mean, I don't know what he would seem anyway, but very nonchalant. Okay, they brought him in here. There he is. Right there.
Inform you. Well, I want to ask you, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in these proceedings?
Yes, sir.
And you are, in fact, represented today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Zane?
That's true. GCA says male parents back in our day had more control over us. They gave you that look when you messed up and you were scared. Parents could discipline the children how they wanted to, and you felt it. I know a lot of people bring that up too. I'm against corporal punishment, but I don't know. Some people say it's really helped them out and straighten them out. I don't know. And then I think maybe some people take corporal punishment too far, to like a next level type of shit. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people say that's the argument. These days, you know, these kids, if you discipline them, they call the cops on you. Now you get arrested. I grew up and my mother used to hit me with the belt all the time. I don't think it really helped me out. I don't think it did anything beneficial because my sister never got hit, and she's doing really well, you know. But it's very, I guess, subjective because everybody's different, you know. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Zane Harmon, you're here on behalf of this defendant, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you understand that you have the right to be continuously...
Priscilla said, someone in JLR said that GA does not have gun lock laws. If they do not, that has a defense. Yeah, because I think Michigan, I thought, had gun lock laws. I thought, or did they do it after? I thought they had gun lock laws with regards to Ethan Crumley. Well, they put a new law into effect. But when was that? I don't know what the date of that is. Particularly children from tragedies and gun violence, unintentional fire A law requiring secure storage of firearms goes into effect starting Tuesday, February 13. I wonder if that law was intact when the Crumley's situation happened.
Represented throughout this proceeding, and if you cannot afford to hire counsel, then this court is obligated under the Constitution to provide counsel for
It was after Tracy?
without
Okay.
cost to you.
But they still got him.
All right, I am going to inform you of a few other matters, and I'm not going to ask you anything, just inform you. So one is, I want to make sure that you are aware that you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything at all. And it's important to understand that, because anything you might say could be used against you at further proceedings associated with your case. I want to inform you of the charges that you currently face. In essence, you are charged with 4 counts of felony murder, as outlined in the state warrants that have been issued against you. I want to make you aware that the maximum penalty for felony murder, so for each count, the maximum penalty is that you could be punishable by death, by imprisonment for life, without parole, or by imprisonment for life, with the possibility of parole. If you have any questions about these charges, then I would urge you to discuss those with your attorney. I would invite you, Mr. Harmon, to inform the court as to whether there's a request for bond at this time.
At this time, Your Honor, there is not a request for bond. We will file the appropriate motions if that becomes necessary.
All right. An indictment by the grand jury for most felony offenses or accusations.
I just want to hear him talk.
Attorney, a hearing, or unless you waive such a hearing. You have the right to a speedy and public trial by a judge or a jury. You have the right to confront and cross-examine all witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and testify in your own defense if you so choose. As you sit here in this courtroom today, under the law, you are presumed innocent. Your refusal to testify at any point in any proceeding will not be used against you in determining whether you are guilty or not guilty. Counsel, let me just inquire as to whether there are any other items that the court should address before we conclude this preliminary hearing.
And to convey to the court, there was a development yesterday and arrangements have already been made in that regard. I've already explained that to Mr. Gray, and alternate counsel will be appointed by the end of the day today.
Alternate
With
counsel.
that, this hearing is concluded, and you may escort this defendant out.
Well, did I miss when he talked? I guess it
Morning,
was the
sir. Are you
beginning.
Mr. Colt Gray?
There we go.
My name is Curry Mingeldorf. I'm assigned to preside over this morning's proceedings. Mr. Gray, I do need to inquire as to whether you're able to read and write the English language.
Yes, sir.
All right. I also want to inform you, I want to ask you, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in these proceedings?
Yes, sir.
And you are, in fact, represented today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Zane Harmon, you're here on behalf of this defendant, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you understand that you have the right to be continuously represented throughout the
Okay. With the story that this person had sent me about the shooter in Illinois where the father got arrested, they wrote me back and it says in Illinois people are required to have a FOID card for gun ownership if they're under the age of 21. Bobby was 19 at the time, the shooter. He applied, so his dad had to sponsor the FOID. That was in 2019. The shooting occurred in 7/4/2022. On the exact day of the statute of limitation for the FOID, the state's attorney indicted Bobby's dad and charged him with felonious recklessness. Damn, so they got his ass too. Wow. Wow. Okay. So let me see if there's anything else we can see real quick. Oh yeah, there's just a few more things. So okay, so the judge said, in case you missed it, the school shooter is not eligible for the death penalty because he's under 18. So he could face a maximum sentence of life in prison, or life without the possibility of parole. Life in prison with or without the possibility of parole. The judge had earlier listed death as a possible sentence for Gray's felony murder charges. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 2005 that juveniles cannot be sentenced to death for crimes that were committed before the age of 18. But he's still being tried as an adult, which is interesting. I guess that's the law, even though he's being tried as an adult. So December 4th, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, that'll be the preliminary hearing. Father appeared in court. Okay. Affidavit: suspect dad gave him a firearm knowing the teen was a threat to himself or others. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Let me see. Does this have anything to do with what we're doing? Okay, we got some documents here too we can go over real quick. Tina sent this to me last night. Let's see if it lets me download. Not letting me download. All right. Okay, I'm gonna have to download on my phone and then send it to myself. These are some court documents she sent me. Let's see. No. Save to files. Save. Save. You're gonna have to bear with me. Sorry. 2, 3. Save. Save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Save, and I got one more to download. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull it up on the computer so we can look at it together. Discord's been acting kind of weird. For some reason, I can't download stuff. All right. Get to my iCloud and download it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to download these files. Download. Boom. Okay, we got it. All right, the first one we're going to look at, I guess it's called accusation. There's really nothing on here, really, but this one. Okay, this from August or December. And this is the state of Georgia versus Marcy and Gray, aka Marcy and Polthmus. Criminal damage to property, criminal trespass, family violence. Okay, that was December 21, 2023. Then, let's see, the guilty plea.
Trial box.
Oh, thank you, Tickle Tits. We got to do the trial, right? I'm thinking that they'll probably stream it, I guess, if they're streaming these. Maybe they'll stream the trial. That'd be a really interesting one. I thought the Crumley one was kind of interesting, too. So 42 years old, Marcy Gray, which is the mother, the shooter's mother. I'm 42 years old. I work as, I'm not sure what that says, evening manager, maybe. I can read, speak, write, understand. I'm pleading guilty to these charges. Criminal damage and property. Criminal trespass, I think. I'm not sure what this says here. Okay, do you need assistance? No. Are you under the influence of drugs? No. you understand completely what you're charged with? I guess you said no here. Have you read the indictment? I'm not sure if that's no or yes. I guess yes. Okay, yeah, yes. It is yes. All right. You're entitled to a grand jury. You have the right to plead not guilty. Plead guilty. Okay. 74 years? Or 7 years. 7 years confinement? Yes. Are you satisfied with your lawyer? Do you want to have a jury trial? No. Don't want a trial. You plead guilty. You understand your rights? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. That was December 2023. Somebody says she's still locked up. Let me see. Okay, let's look at the sentencing. Sentencing. Okay, so Marcy Ann versus the state of Georgia. Okay. Criminal damage to property in the second degree, guilty, 5 years. $1,000 plus surcharges. Concurrent with criminal trespass, family violence, 12 months. And concurrent, I think she means that she's serving it together at the same time. The defendant is adjudicated guilty or sentenced under the first offender / conditional discharge for the above stated offense. The court sentences the defendant to confinement in such institution as the Commissioner of the State Department of Corrections may direct, with the period of confinement to be computed as provided by law. Okay, so sentenced to 5 years, with the first 46 days to be served in confinement and the remainder to be served on probation. Or to be served on probation, okay. And they received credit from 11/6/2023 to 12/21/2023. I don't know if she would still be locked up or she'd just be out on probation, unless she violated the probation. Okay. Do not violate any, under the general conditions of probation, do not violate criminal laws, avoid injurious or vicious habits, avoid persons or places of disreputable harm or character. Okay. All right. They have to pay restitution within 90 days. Got to report to the Community Supervision Office. Probation management sentencing options, sanction cap of probation detention center, regional substance abuse treatment facility. All right. Oh, limited or no contact. Have no contact with any kind, in person or by telephone, mail, or otherwise with Colin Gray, except through a third party for matters concerning the children's divorce matters. Okay. Evaluation and treatment. The defendant shall provide verification of evaluation and treatment for substance abuse. The defendant shall not enter the confines of Barrow County. Avoid alcohol or drug use, not consume alcohol, associate with anyone with illegal drugs, not occupy any residence or vehicle where alcohol or drugs are present, illegal drugs, not consume alcohol and operate a vehicle. Okay. And I don't think this will have anything, but let me just take a look. Waiver of Fourth Amendment. Length of sentence, 5 years, 3-year behavioral incentive date. Marcy Ann Gray. And then protection order. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so there's a protection order, the state of Georgia versus Marcy, the mother of the shooter. It being made known that the above named defendant has scheduled restitution hearing before the honorable judge. Okay. Restitution hearing. Oh, that's all it says. It is further ordered that the sheriff of Barrow County receives the said prisoner from Ben Hill County Jail 255 to safely keep her, to deliver her to the Superior Court on the above listed date, and at the completion of the court proceeding to deliver her to Ben Hill County. Okay, that's it. And then the last one that I have here, restitution order. Probably not anything on here. Okay. Present financial condition of the offender and his dependents, the probable future earning capacity of the offender, the amount of damages, goal of restitution to the victim, and rehabilitation of the offender. Any restitution previously made, the period of time during which the restitution order will be in effect. So I wonder, this stuff has to do with Colin because she was ordered to stay away from Colin, the father. The amount where the restitution will be ordered as the condition of probation in the amount of $1,568. All right. Well, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to try to look into this situation with the TikTok star that murdered his wife. I'll schedule it. Oh, let me see. Court TV. Do I even have notifications though? I don't know. Is Court TV supposed to have it on at 12? This one? Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Wait, you said you sent it on Twitter? Oh, there is. Okay. All right. Thanks. All right, bye. Okay. Scheduled September 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Let me make a quick live. I don't know if they're really going to I don't know if they're going to show it or not because I feel like his trial was like posted in clips. It wasn't shown live. Let me just schedule a stream right now real quick. Oh, you're leaving? You're going to travel, Tammy? Let's see. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm 8 away from 200 to 6,000 subscribers. If you could, whoever's not subbed, if you could sub, I'd appreciate that. 8 subs away. Let me just make this live stream real quick and I'll fix it up later. But just to, so people know, in case I don't have notifications. It's kind of petty, but what am I going to do? Create new. Let's see. There we go. We did it. 20609. Amazing. Thank you. Keep subscribing though, but thank you. Ali, crazed TikTok star. I'll have to fix this out there. All right, I'm just going to schedule this for 12 just as a placeholder, and we'll figure it out when the time comes. We'll find out if they're streaming it live or we'll have to postpone it or whatever. But for now, at least it's scheduled. And in case I have no notifications. Oh, let me make sure too. I think I missed a super chat, but. Come on. Okay. Now let me get this real quick. Yeah, Tinkle says, thank you so much. Deja Vu, thank you for the 15 months. Long time. Responsible parent would have removed the guns from the home or locked them up very well. He handed his 14-year-old lunatic son an AR-15 instead. Yeah, honestly, I probably would have taken the guns out too for a while to figure things out. You know, I don't know. But thank you everybody for subscribing. Appreciate that. Let me see if I can boost Nusul, Brenda, Alpha, people that are public, Chucky, George, Nitro Force. Thank you for the subs. Barsky, John, Stallings, for Mama Linda. That's my GG03. L. Michael Mixon, thank you. Eve Jones. Oh, real quick, as far as let's see. I'll jump off here soon, but as far as I want to talk about this story at some point. I feel like there's just there's so much shit going on. It was related to this rich homie Quan. Damn, Harvey Weinstein faces possible new indictment in New York case. Weinstein. I don't know if I want to listen to that.
You okay?
Okay.
Amber 911, operator 7214. What is the location of your emergency? All right, you need police, fire, or ambulance?
I need an ambulance.
Tell me exactly what happened.
My boyfriend, he's been asleep on the couch since this morning. Well, he never came to bed last night. Sleep on the couch. I left him on the couch before I took my son to school this morning, put a blanket over him. And now I just checked on him again because he never got up. I don't feel a heartbeat. I don't see him breathing.
And you said, hold on, you said on the couch, and what happened?
I said I put a cover over him because it gets a little cool. He's in the living room. And now I just checked on him because I see he never got up. And I don't see him breathing. I don't feel a heartbeat or anything. And I turned him over. I see he kind of foamed at the mouth.
I'm sorry, are you saying he's not breathing?
I don't understand some of these operators. Like, your job is to listen and intake the information and send emergency responders. How many times does this lady have to say he doesn't have a heartbeat, he's not breathing? I left him on the couch he was there from last night. This morning he was still there. I put a cover on him and took the kid to school, came back. He's not breathing.
Is that correct? I'm not hearing you.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
What you say? Is a defibrillator available?
If there's a defibrillator available, send someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
Is there a what?
If there's a defibrillator available, send
Who keeps defibrillators in the house?
someone to get it now and tell me when you have it.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, I'm sending the paramedics to help you now.
Bro, you should have sent them from zero when she said, I need paramedics. He's not awake. He doesn't have a heartbeat. Most people don't have a defibrillator in their house. Maybe some people in certain situations. That's the emergency thing they use to put on your chest to like shock you, to like bring you, try to start your heart back up. Who keeps that shit in the closet?
Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
Okay.
I need to know about how old he is.
He's 34.
Yeah, you have 3. No, you don't. No way.
Okay, are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay, please put your phone on speaker so your hands are free to help.
Can I add his dad to the call? He's trying to call me back because I called him first before I called you.
Okay, so we need to help your boyfriend now. Okay, listen carefully. Lay him flat on his back on the floor and remove anything under his head.
He is not waking up. Quick.
Ma'am?
God.
Yes.
Okay, you got to get him to the floor. Lay him flat on his back on the floor and remove anything under his head.
Flat on his back on the floor?
Yes, ma'am.
Help me.
Where's Dre?
He's not here.
I wonder if there's going to be some type of press conference.
Yeah,
Were you able to get him to the floor?
Yes, he's not. His heart not beating or anything.
Oh man, that's horrible. That's rough. So people are suspecting he died from an overdose. Someone here said, anyone else get mad when the operator told her to use defibrillators? Like everyone just has those laying around. That's just so wild to me that this lady was like, go have somebody go get the defibrillator. What? This is a good idea though, to have Narcan on hand. This person said, if you have a family member who is an addict, know and learn what a defibrillator is. I just don't know that most people are going to have that around. And if you do, I wonder, is that expensive? Let me see. Defibrillator. I mean, the whole Narcan thing is good if you know somebody that's struggling with that and they're on that stuff, I guess, in case of an emergency. That shit's $1,500 from what I see. Defibrillator package for business. And then you got to know how to use it, I guess, too. I mean, I don't know. The best thing probably is to have Narcan on hand, I think. But 911 operator should be fired. Sharing this is beyond foul. Oh my God, this person's crazy. He said we have migrants working for the 911 call centers. Stupid. Oh my God. Man, if I had a girl, my girl should be calling 911 screaming from the top of her lungs to have paramedics come immediately instead of sounding relaxed. I don't know. It's hard to see how anybody would react to this. Really horrible to find. I don't know. I don't even know what to think. They have video from outside the courthouse. I'm not sure what they're doing. Let's see. I guess they're just monitoring the outside of the courthouse. At one point, they panned over to some microphones, so I don't know if they were like thinking maybe somebody will come say something, but they've been gone for a while now. Oh, it's free over there in Louisville? Narcan is free? Oh, okay. That's a good idea too, learn CPR. I took a CPR class a long time ago. And I did it because when my daughter was first born, I just wanted to know. I was paranoid. I was a paranoid parent, so I wanted to know what to do in case, But it's been many years. I think the certification was good for like a year or two for the American Heart Association. I really should go. It's kind of a fun class too. Like you learn. I mean, it depends on your instructor, but it's not. It's it's a good thing to know because you never know for you, yourself, your family, or if you're just out in public and somebody needs the help. I really need to go. I should go back sometime and update it and learn again because I don't remember anything. Oh, it's free in a lot of places. Okay. I didn't know that. CPR for your pets. Can you do that? Is that a thing? You can take CPR for pets? I mean, if regular does regular CPR apply for pets, or you have to take a special CPR pet class? That's true, Jen. That is probably a better way to see it. Yeah, to word it. But yeah, pretty sad. Really sad. This guy passed away young like that, 34. And I don't know. A lot of these drugs are mixed with stuff, man. Oh, the other thing I was wondering about Rich Homie Quan, I wonder if they're gonna do like what they did for Matthew Perry. I know it's in different states, but Matthew Perry, they went and found the dealer, the dealer's dealer, the dealer, whatever. Everybody's got caught up and hemmed up in that situation. Even the house sitter or whatever, the housekeeper. I mean, the housekeeper. I think she's gonna be a witness or something. They got the ketamine queen, and she was supposed to have a court appearance. I don't know what happened with ketamine queen. They call her. She's dubbed ketamine queen. Okay, so it says Doctor to Face, ketamine queen, Doctor to Face March trial. So I'm obviously March, I guess 2025. If that trial is streamed, that's going to be interesting too. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Matthew Perry. I wonder if they're going to do the same for Rich Homie Quan. Are they going to track who provided the pills and go back and, I don't know. And these people are mixing fentanyl because such a little amount gets you messed up. And so I guess they buy in bulk and they mix it because you just need a little amount of whatever and put it in there. Yeah, that's true. The doctors did make fun of him. Yeah. All right, so let me see the CPR thing. Yeah, definitely need to re-up CPR. AEDs are simple, Daisy says. The machine takes you... Oh, okay. The machine takes you through every step vocally. Stand clear, shock. Oh, okay. It might not be a bad idea. I mean, having a defibrillator might be a little over the top, but I don't know. If you want to try to ensure protect yourself, maybe keep one and sure about how to use it. Something happens one day. Bring it back. Let me just do a little quick sweep of Twitter. Sweep of Twitter, see what's going on here. Oh, my Twitter's looking all different to me now all of a sudden. What's going on here? Oh, okay, it's just me. Stock market crash. No, I don't really see anything right now. It's still early in the day. Ketamine queen. Oh, by the way, this is, if you haven't seen a picture of her, this is her right here. Oh, damn. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay for these things because I forget about it, and then like a year later, I realize they've been charging me the whole time. Just look at images. Okay, there we go. That's Ketamine Queen. Making moves. And they were taking advantage of Matthew Perry. They considered him an easy lick. They were overcharging him, overpricing, charging whatever. They're all making money. And joking and laughing about him behind his back. Damn. A group of teenagers beat this guy to death. Let me see on that. These kids are wilding these days too. Like there's something wrong with these kids too. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more wild. Oh, this is actually going to trial. Is this the same one I was just looking at? Teen suspects in brutal death of 64-year-old DC man. One of the 13-year-old suspects made to investigators last year. Reggie Brown. I think this is somebody else. This is a different story. It's some other person that was beat by teenagers. 3 girls accused of killing 64-year-old man. Let's see if I can get a little video. These kids are wild, man. I don't know if it's the water, the hormones, all the shit they put in the food now. COVID.
The trial will begin for 3 young girls charged with second-degree murder and the deadly beating of a 64-year-old man. Those suspects just 12 and 13 years old when they were arrested. Fox 5's Stephanie Ramirez has been keeping tabs on this story all morning long. She's waiting outside of the courtroom. She's going to be inside of that courtroom later on today. Yeah. And Stephanie, this story just sending chills throughout our community. Good morning, Steph.
Stephen, it's a disturbing story, and there is hope that the trial will shed more light because there still are a lot of questions this morning, especially on why, what's going on that 3 young girls would be arrested and charged in something so serious, with police saying that they believe the victim was randomly attacked. Now, this all happened back in October of 2023, around 1 in the morning, when the victim's family tells Fox 5 64-year-old Reggie Brown had encountered a group of girls while on his way home by Georgia Avenue and Rittenhouse Street Northwest. Police arrived to find the 64-year-old on the ground. The medical examiner ruling Brown's death was a homicide due to blunt force trauma. I want you to hear our colleague Shamari Stone previously speaking with the victim's sisters by phone and in person, the family asking not to be identified.
Why do you feel they should be charged as adults?
I feel as though they should be charged as adults because they knew what they were doing. They did adult things. They do adult things, they should be treated as adults.
Why should the parents be held accountable?
Because that's neglect. You should have your children at home getting ready for school at that time of night.
He was just quiet, a nice, polite person, didn't bother anybody. That's the type of person he was.
These kids are wild.
And guys, today's trial is going through the juvenile system for the first 3 suspects arrested. That's because they were all under 15 years old at the time of arrest. 15 kind of a cutoff age, where in the district at 15 years old, the attorney general can petition a judge to have that 15-year-old possibly be tried as an adult, but it's the judge's decision at 16 and 17. The U.S. attorney for D.C. can make.
That's the reality. I mean, I've been knowing for a while that they've been getting crazier. They either killing their parents or they're killing some random people on the street. This one, I think, is from the UK. Is it from the UK? I'm not sure where the story takes place, actually. Let's see. It's from the BBC. And this one, I think it says this article is from a day ago. Boy, 14-year-old charged with the murder of an 80-year-old. And this guy was just walking his dog in the park. A 14-year-old has been charged with the murder of an 80-year-old man in a park. He died Monday after an attack at Franklin Park, Brownstone Town. I ain't even going to try to say this shit. While walking his dog on Sunday. The youth, who cannot be named for legal reasons, has remained in custody. They can't put his name out there. He died of a neck injury. Okay. The 14-year-old. They didn't say how they killed him, though. I don't know. This stuff is happening everywhere. So I don't know what's going on. You know, is it the parents? I think in some cases it is the parents. Is it the parents? I don't know what's going on, man. But I'm going to get off for a bit. I'll probably see you guys later. Well, I guess 12. We'll see what happens if they live stream it at 12, the TikTok situation, and then whatever else happens today. All right. Thank you guys so much. Peace. Thank you for subscribing too as well. Bring back asylums, right? Iowa school shooting happened in January 2024. No parents were ever charged. Iowa's the most lenient gun laws, practically non-existent, basically. Damn.